What's going on, guys? Jacob Worth back here with another video of Jacob's Life in Vegas, coming to you guys today with something in the news that just happened like yesterday that was pretty big. So I want to do a video about it today, and it's talking about Caesars, talking about them being bought, talking about money, all that kind of stuff. And speaking of money, before I get to it, I do want to give a shout out to the people that have lately tipped me on PayPal, especially after I did like the anniversary video. And recently some people have tipped me on PayPal. I put the link in the description of my videos because they'd rather tip on there than on the live chat. That's cool. However you want to do it is fine with me. But I'll give some shout outs here to people, to Realm Entertainment, Glenn, Robert, David, Eddie, Charles, Jack, Daniel, DR Imports, Phoenix Link LLC, David, Sharon, Harvey, James, Lisa, and Nancy, who actually tipped me from Canada. So I guess a couple of Canadian dollars in the account now that PayPal converted over for me. So thank you to everyone who has tipped recently. You guys have been awesome. I appreciate it. I love it. It helps me on days like this when I'm literally out here sweating in the 100-degree weather under the sun to give you guys some cool content. But today we are talking about Caesars Entertainment, right? This has been the news with so many places that are supposedly up for sale lately. And I was actually planning to do another video, or a different video, just the other day about Carl Icahn and how there's some dissension among like the upper management at Caesars with what sell price to go with and that kind of thing. But don't need to do that video anymore because now we have this news, and you guys might be able to see Caesars just barely there. Yeah, just barely. You guys can see Caesars on the edge of the screen here. So we got some news. I got a short article here I'll go through with you guys. It's called, let's see, the title says, Eldorado Resorts is buying Caesars Entertainment to create the largest gaming company in the United States. Eldorado Resorts said Monday it has agreed to buy its larger rival. So Caesars is the larger company, they're the rival, but Eldorado is going to buy them in a cash and stock deal worth $17.3 billion, which includes Caesars' mountain of debt. Caesars has had some debt issues in the past, and the article mentions that here briefly. So let's see. The announcement comes 3 months after billionaire investor Carl Icahn joined Caesars' board and pushed for a sale of the company. That's where they had some dissension among Icahn and some of the other staff. Icahn has got a bit of a reputation for wanting to flip properties, just like, remember he owned the Fontainebleau, now the Drew Hotel. He owned that for several years, sold it, came in, board member at Caesars, wants to sell Caesars and cash out and make some money. Let's see. Caesars is already one of the largest casino businesses in the world. It owns some of Las Vegas' most recognizable properties, including Caesars Palace and Flamingo right behind me. It also owns the Harrah's brand, which has nearly 24 resorts and casinos here in the U.S. But it has been in and out of financial trouble over the past decade. Yes, it has. Part of the company filed for bankruptcy in 2015, and it holds, listen to this, guys, nearly $9 billion in debt. That's how much debt Caesars has, almost $9 billion, which is more than half, or more than the company's roughly $7 billion market value. So company's estimated to have a market value of $7 billion. They're estimated to have almost $9 billion of debt. It says Eldorado will buy Caesars for $12.75 a share, which is almost 30% above its Friday closing of $9.99 per share. Here, Caesars stock jumped 16% in pre-market trading, while Eldorado's stock slumped nearly 7%. The proposed company would have a large footprint across the United States with approximately 60 casinos and resorts spanning 16 states. If the deal is completed, the new company would help better position itself against its largest rivals, including MGM Resorts and Wynn Resorts. Eldorado doesn't own any properties in Las Vegas, but it has 26 casinos in 12 states, including the Tropicana in Atlantic City and its flagship location up north in Reno, Nevada. Let's see. Once the transaction closes, the company will keep the Caesars name to capitalize on the value of the iconic global brand. It will trade on the NASDAQ. So that's some big news for a tourist company or a hospitality company the size of Caesars to be getting bought out by one of their competitors. The amount of debt Caesars has had over the years has made the news several times, and some of the issues they've had, the bankruptcy definitely made the news here locally with Caesars. So this is going to be interesting to see how this pans out as Eldorado, plans to buy Caesars. They're going to be huge company now. So here in town, as we all pretty much know, MGM is the big dog here on the Strip, here in Las Vegas. MGM is the largest employer in the state of Nevada. Caesars was the next biggest after that. So then the article also mentioned Wynn Resorts being another big company here, all big players here. So this could be interesting to see what happens. Say everything pans out, everything goes through just fine, Eldorado takes over Caesars, and now Eldorado has a big presence here in Las Vegas to compete with MGM, to compete with Wynn, to compete with these other properties here in town. So I want to hear what you guys have to say, whether or not you think this is a good thing for Vegas, is this a bad thing for Vegas? It was a smart buying decision for Eldorado to buy a company that has so much debt like Caesars does. Do you think this is going to work out for them in the long term? Do you think this is going to work out well for the visitors who come here to Vegas in the long term? Because now you have someone else who can challenge some of these other companies, or do you think it'll just be more of the same? Because instead of, just having MGM and Caesars, now you're gonna have MGM and Eldorado, basically is what you're gonna have. So tell me what you guys think about this down below. I wanna hear what you guys have to say, because this is big news here in Las Vegas. This is big news for the state of Nevada with such a big transaction taking place. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Jacob. This is My Life in Vegas.